Hey, what's up guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, we're going to the Egyptian desert, way out in the middle of nowhere, very dry, remote location, where what looks like a foundation for an unfinished pyramid that would have dwarfed this one here, the Great Pyramid of Giza. If this one were finished, it would have been almost twice as big as the pyramid we're looking at right here. I'm going to take you guys to that location here in just a moment, where some other very unique things were found in the area not far from what looks like the foundation of an unfinished pyramid. But first, here at the website, quick look at the Schumann resonance. You can see there's been some spikes in the Schumann in the last 24 hours. Origins unknown. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano. A little bit of earthquake activity over here at the east entrance. Have some blank seismographs for unknown reasons, about a half a dozen. The dark blue represents typically magma intrusion, but all in all, pretty quiet at the supervolcano caldera. Coming over to the National Hurricane Center, looking at the latest 5-day forecast. You can see a disturbance off the west coast of Africa. 50% chance of formation in the next 48 hours. 70% chance of formation in the next 5 days. More than likely, if that does form, it will take the same path as Hurricane Larry. But it's a forecast. It can and will change. Coming over here into the southern Gulf of Mexico, this one here, 80% chance of formation in the next 48 hours, 90% in the next 5 days. The models that I've looked at are showing this thing making a landfall as some sort of a system, whether it be a tropical depression, a tropical storm, or even a Category 1. It's going to bring copious rainfall to coastal Texas and southern Louisiana. Again, this is a forecast. It can and will change, but look for large amounts of rainfall associated with this system wherever it makes landfall. I want to take you guys now over to Google Earth. We're out in the remote desert of Egypt. This is far away from any water source. Doesn't look like there's been any signs of life out here for a long, long time, with the exception of this obviously intelligently designed, very large square with a circle in the middle of it. Considering its location over here in Egypt, where there are known pyramids still standing that have been standing for thousands of years, this to me, and also Susanna, who found this location, looked like to her this was a foundation for a pyramid that was never finished. And looking at it, I agree, the size is quite large compared to the Great Pyramid of Giza, which is 1,864 feet. So this one here, from corner to corner, is 800 feet wider than the Great Pyramid of Giza. This also has a very unique feature in the center, a big circle. It measures 300 feet from side to side, just over 300 feet. 338 feet to be exact. And in the center of this circle, there's a very large X or a cross. I don't know if all pyramids have this circle in the center. In fact, if you look at it real close, you can see that circle. Let me tilt it to 2D. You can see this circle is elevated in the center. And then you've got the big square foundation that was obviously intelligently designed. Took a long time just to do this. Where did these stones come from? You know, every structure, whether it be a house, a building, a barn, every structure has to have a good foundation. Even pyramids. Pyramids that were built thousands of years ago, they started out with a good foundation and built up. They're still standing to this very day. More than likely, considering its location over here in Egypt, this is an unfinished pyramid. They got the foundation done and for whatever reasons, stopped construction. And the stones that make up the foundation, let's measure them real quick. From here to here, right around 15 feet wide. So you got two stones sitting side by side, making up 30 feet, running parallel with each other, making the foundation. I'm assuming that's what this is. Looks like a foundation for an unfinished pyramid. Go just to the north of this pyramid, and there's some super unusual glyphs on the ground. See these circles up here? I ran across these myself. Susanna sent me to that foundation, and that's what she thought it was, foundation for a pyramid. I got to looking around, found these circles that have what look like airplanes in them. Check this out. You got one there. Got one there. Looks like a classic airplane that we'd see today. I don't know how old these circles are. They look like they're pretty old. There's no signs of life out here. Looks like a modern airplane, right? There's another one there that's kind of hard to see. This one over here. See what looks like an aircraft or some sort of a winged machine. Here's another one here. And you can see what looks like in the center of that nearly perfect circle what looks like an aircraft of some sort. So what I did, I took still images of these circles, zoomed in. Here's the location of the pyramid and the circles. The circles are just north of the pyramid. And here's what looks like an airplane inside of a circle, about 80 feet wide. Here it is in a different format, just simply enhanced it a little bit, trying to pull forward, any possible features. And that right there took some time to make. And if these are thousands of years old, like the pyramids, who was inspired to draw glyphs of modern airplanes on the ground inside of nearly perfect circles? This one here was around 100 feet wide, the circle itself. Here's another one that looks like a winged flying machine of some sort. Looks like an airplane we'd see today. Large wingspan. The wingspan on that one's around 60 feet wide. Again, these are just still images that I took and did some enhancement work. Here light is dark and dark is light. And you can see they did a pretty good job replicating what looks like an airplane. And again, these are on the ground north of that very large 1,800-foot wide foundation that appears to be an unfinished pyramid out here in the remote desert of Egypt. And I found these glyphs just north of the foundation. And there appears to be around 7 of these nearly perfect circles that contain glyphs that look like airplanes. And then just north and slightly to the east of the airplane glyphs, there's something else on the ground here that almost looks like a long centipede that expands across the desert floor for many, many miles. I did some enhancement work on that too. Just took one screen grab of the ones that were the easiest to see, and they look like rectangles of some sort, intelligently positioned on the ground. They're about the same distance apart from each other. Some of the rectangles are longer than each other, but they all have a unique feature, what looks like 2 cables or antenna coming off of the back side. That would be the north side. See those long, what look like ropes or antenna? I don't know. You guys tell me what we're looking at here. I've never seen anything on Google Earth that looked even remotely close to that. I've never seen anything that looked like an airplane inside of a circle, especially that could date back possibly thousands of years, considering, again, its location. And here's that big foundation again that Susanna found over here in the Egyptian desert, a very remote location where there's no signs of life because there's no water out here. At the bare minimum, you'd have to have water out here to even construct this foundation. That would have taken a long time to do because this foundation is quite large, and putting those blocks in there, those stone blocks, would have taken a lot of time. That would have taken extensive work just to make the foundation alone, many, many months, if not a year or two, to make what we see right there on Google Earth. And then for unknown reasons, it did not get completed. But if it would have been completed, it would have been nearly twice as large as the Great Pyramid of Giza. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.